vloggers, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another of my 5 random tips videos. I know these have been coming in a lot just because I haven't been posting as often as I should be, and I really apologize for that. I've been all over the place just because Halloween took a lot of time up in my schedule for Beauty Addict next door. I ended up doing 6 Halloween tutorials, 5 I had to film ahead of time and then create a trailer from, post the trailer, then edit and post all of those Halloween tutorials. It was just so much to do. And then also, this is my busy season for my 9-to-5 job, which my 9-to-5 job has to take priority over everything else just because that is how I paid the bills. YouTube, I get paid like 10 bucks a month. That's not going to pay my rent. So I really apologize, but I am planning on trying to get back on schedule where I'm going to be posting every Friday or Saturday on this channel. So once a week for you guys. If there's anything that you guys would like to see on this channel, please let me know down in the comments what you want to see. Do you want to see more edit with me videos? Is there something that you want to learn? Anything that you guys would like to see that relates to how to improve yourself as a YouTuber, whether you're a beauty YouTuber or just some other type of YouTuber, let me know and I'd be happy to do that for you guys. Okay, let's jump on into my 5 random tips. So random tip number 1 is to catch up on Snapchat when you're running errands. Now, I don't mean if you're driving in the car to watch Snapchat while you're driving in the car. Do not do that. But for someone like me, I'm walking a lot of places, or maybe you're running errands and you're hitting multiple stores in a row. In between each store, as you're walking around, watch Snapchat, listen to Snapchat, see what's going on. That is my best way to keep up with everyone else, is when I'm walking, when I have nothing better to do, and instead of listening to music, I watch Snapchat. So I'm walking, I'm looking, you know, so watching where I'm going still. And it's just so easy to get caught up. If I don't do that, it's really hard for me to keep up with Snapchat. And I think it's really important to do that, especially as a YouTuber and you have your YouTubers that you're friends with on YouTube, that you are following on Snapchat. You want to keep up with their lives just as much as you want them to keep up with your lives. If you never look at their snaps, at some point they're never going to bother looking at your snaps unless they really like you and whatever. But sometimes people can get annoyed if, you know, they're putting so much into a relationship and you're not giving that same amount back. So think about it that way. Try, you know, obviously everyone's busy and we all as YouTubers understand that people are busy because we experience it. So we understand that those things can happen, but try to make the time to at least every now and then keep up. And I find that is a great way to do it, is to fill up time, is to take time that you have and take advantage of it. I'm walking, I could listen to music, but instead of listening to music, I am going to listen to Snapchat, watch Snapchat, whatever. Best time to catch up with it. Okay, random tip number 2 has to do with lighting. Now, I know I've discussed lighting before on this channel, but this is kind of like, I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to say true or false, and I'm going to tell you what I think. So, true or false, the more sunlight, the better quality your lighting is going to be in your video. So what do you guys think, true or false? I say false, and the reason why is sometimes more isn't always better. Sometimes less is more. So, for instance, today I wanted to film, but I noticed that the sunlight was really coming in strong into my window. And I was like, okay, I have to wait for that sunlight to pass, so that way when I sit down to do my videos, the sunlight isn't completely shining in my face, because not only is it going to look bad on camera, it might like make the video look a little bit shiny and not as clear, but it'll also, you'll just be squinting the entire time that you're doing the video. And I cannot tell you how many times I've gone to film and I've started squinting, and it's like really annoying because I'm like, I just want to get this done, but then I'm like, I don't want to be squinting the entire time. I was going to be like, why is she squinting? So it can mess up your quality if you have too much sunlight coming in onto you and onto your backdrop or background that you're using, and then also you don't want to be squinting. So more sunlight isn't always better. Sometimes it's better just to have kind of like an overcast kind of day where it's a little bit foggy, a little cloudy, but there really isn't that much sun, but it's still daylight. That actually sometimes can be the best lighting. So make sure to take that into consideration. Also the time that you film. 10 a.m. you might not have too much sun coming in, but once noon comes around, the sun's beating in, then you might have to wait till like 1 or 2 p.m. and then the sun, you know, passes by. It really just depends too where the sun is hitting on your window in your room, but just keep that in mind that the more sunshine, the better is not always the case. Random tip number 3 is that when you're doing your makeup, keep your makeup that you use and put it all into a pile. And when you're done, and if you have time, whether it be right when you're done or later in the day when you still have enough sunlight, take a picture of all that makeup. Don't put all your makeup back in the same place that you pulled it from, because you're not going to remember all of the makeup that you used. Or even if you go back to try to pull it, you may forget one item, like your lipstick or your brow pencil, and then you go to take a picture, you go to post it, and then you're like, crap, I forgot this item, and then you realize that now there's not enough sunlight, so you can't retake the photo. So what I do is I like to, you know, put it all together in one pile, keep it sitting out, and then take a photo of it later. If I end up not having enough time, then I'll put it back, but if you can try to get a MOTD pic in for Instagram, that is a great thing to do because people like to see products. So for instance, you can have, there's two different types of MOTD posts, and that's makeup of the day. If you guys don't know that already, make sure you brush up on your hashtags, the MOTD makeup of the day, OOTD outfit of the day, stuff like that. You're going to need to know that as a YouTuber, Instagrammer, and whatnot. But there's two types of MOTDs. You can do the MOTD where it's a selfie, or you can do an MOTD where it's pictures of products. So when you're doing pictures of products that you're trying to show that you used during the day, it's nice just to keep them all in one pile, and when you have a chance to take a picture. Even if you don't want to take the picture until the next day, you say makeup from yesterday, or you can just pretend like it's from today, I don't know. Whatever you want to do, but don't put it back and then expect to remember which products you use later. And I've even taken a picture, but then at some point I take the picture, I'm like, oh, I have everything. And then later I realized, like, no, I didn't have that one thing. So it's just nice to keep it all organized in one spot. Random tip number 4 is to keep stocked up on giveaway materials. Now, giveaway materials mean package, tissue paper, and thank you cards. Make sure you stack up on that. Also labels if you need them as well, shipping labels. Make sure you have those on hand, just because if you're going to be doing a giveaway soon, you want to have it on hand. And you don't want to be like, oh, I need to send this out, I need to send this out, but I haven't stopped to pick it up, and you're so busy with your day-to-day life that you don't have time to stop. So it's good to get those kind of products ahead of time if you can, and just make sure that you keep them stocked up so that way you don't have to worry about feeling rushed to pick them up whenever you do a giveaway. So just have those set aside. I'm running out of tissue paper, so the next time I go to Target, I'm definitely going to pick up more tissue paper. I'm pretty stocked up on these, but I want to get some prettier ones for giveaways. I like using the more plain ones for Poshmark, but I want to get some more fancy ones for my giveaways. I usually do like a pink stripe one, which is pretty. And then more thank you cards too, which have to be pink, of course. Random tip number 5 is to think about what your long-term goals are in regards to your YouTube channel, your YouTube career, and anything that can branch off from your YouTube career. It's important to keep that in mind because that will also motivate you to do better on your channel and to gear what you're doing towards that goal. So where you put more focus on it, and it makes you it'll help make your career that you want to happen quicker, sooner, more efficiently, and I think it's really important to know what your long-term goals are. If you are a YouTuber and your long-term goal is just to YouTube for fun as a hobby, then as a YouTuber, don't place too much emphasis on YouTube. Try to, you want to put more of your effort into the thing that's more important. Now, for me, my 9-to-5 job is more important right now because that's where I get the money to pay the rent. But I ultimately would love to have a YouTube career. So right below that, I want to have a long-term goal. If my goal is just for this to be a hobby, then really do not put as much effort into your YouTube channel unless you have the time. If you don't have the time, don't kill yourself for something that's a hobby that you just do for fun. You want it to be fun. So if you're just doing this for fun, don't kill yourself. Obviously, don't disappear for 2 months, but, you know, because you don't want to do that to your subscribers because they're here. So make sure you are consistent. You're still continuing to do stuff, but if you have a rough month and you need to take some time off, do it. Let your subscribers know. Maybe try to be on social media a little bit more to make up for it or something. But, you know, if you're doing it as a hobby, you don't have to take it as seriously as someone who is trying to make a career out of it. Now, if you're someone who wants to be a YouTuber, you want to be a famous YouTuber, and that's your end goal is to be doing YouTube full time, then you definitely want to take a lot more time out of your day to work on it. You know, make sure that your main priority is the job that pays the bills. You got to make sure that you're doing that, because if you can't pay the bills, then you can't do your YouTube channel, because your YouTube channel costs a lot of money. So make sure that you're still putting the most effort into that. But then once you have that conquered, then put so much effort into your YouTube channel. Make sure that your quality is getting better and better as far as, you know, maybe upgrading your camera, taking more time to learn how to use your camera, you know, that you're posting consistently. Try to up your Instagram game, you know, just try to better yourself and your channels, and, you know, you'll keep growing. And then, of course, if you want to branch out from your YouTube channel, you want to have a YouTube career, but you know that you're not going to be young forever. You know, like me, I want to, you know, have YouTube as my career, but then I also want to branch off and have my own cosmetics line. So to do that, in the meantime, while I'm doing YouTube, I also have to think about, okay, well, what other things do I need to do to get to that goal as well? Because that's not just going to happen like that. It costs a lot of money to have start a cosmetics line. It takes a lot of time and effort. And, you know, one of the things that I want to do to get to that point is I want to learn how to make makeup. So I have to take the time and the money to learn how to make makeup and to make makeup and to test it out, you know, for myself. Because if I want to have a cosmetics line, I better know how to make makeup too. I think that really will help round it out. So kind of think, okay, if I want to do that, if I want to start a store, whether it be clothing, makeup, or whatever, try to look into things on how to get to that goal as well, and start working on it now. Start saving money for it now, because it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time and effort, and if you start working on it now, it won't be such a big burden down the road. So just kind of think about your long-term goals. If it's a hobby, then just take your time. Try to be as consistent as you can, but don't kill yourself. If you want YouTube to be a career, definitely put a lot more effort into it than someone who's, you know, doing it as a hobby. And if you want to branch off of it, definitely take the time to do your research and save money for those goals. So I think YouTube can be a great career. It is a lot of hard work. And Samantha March, she has a channel. I remember her saying on one of her videos relating to YouTube, you get what you put in. And I honestly feel like I've kind of been slacking, but in a way, not because I'm lazy, but because I just have so much going on in my personal life, and then, you know, with my 9-to-5 job and this being my busy season. But I really want to get back into it, because I totally get what she means by you get what you get. You get back what you put in. If you are not putting in as much effort, you're not going to get the rewards that you want back. So you need to take the time to do, you can't be lazy. If you're lazy with your YouTube channel, if you don't feel like doing stuff, you're not making the effort to watch other YouTubers' videos, comment back in a timely manner, not doing any social media accounts, you're not going to get as much back as someone who is posting consistently week to week, is responding to comments, does follow up with their social media accounts, is on Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. Like, if you're putting in a lot of effort, you're going to get the rewards back for the most part. I'm sure that, you know, especially as you grow, the more you're going to see that reward coming back to you. In the beginning, you're probably going to be putting a lot more effort in than what you're going to get back. But once you hit a certain point in time, you really do start to notice that what you put in is what you get back. So I think that's really important to know. So that's my long way of saying, just think about what your goals are and then do what you need to do to accomplish them. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you guys have any random tips for YouTubers, let us know down in the comments what your tip is, because we could all use tips. Even me, I know I run this channel, but I'm still growing. I'm still learning too, so let us know what your tips are. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Like this video if you liked it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!